First of all, tell us where you're from and what you do for a living.
I'm from Kim, Colorado, and I work on my wife's family's ranch. And, my wife's actually the 6th generation on that ranch, and we decided about 5 years ago to move back and kind of start helping out. And that's what we do. We work with her family and enjoy every minute of it. We've got 2 boys. Tell is going to be 2 here in about the middle of June, and Bray, he's 5. So we're enjoying raising them kids on the ranch. Just enjoying every minute.
More about the ranch. Is it a cow-calf operation?
Yeah, we're a cow-calf operation. We're kind of semi-arid country. It's real rough. A lot of mesas. We winter in the bottoms and summer on the tops. It's a grama type grass. We graze year round. In the winter time we feed the cows. I feed with a team of horses. And we try to feed, what we do feed hay, we feed with the team, and you can only go so fast with the team. No matter how fast life is, you can only go so fast, and I really enjoy that. I grew up with teams. I grew up in Nebraska on a ranch. It's different, but I enjoy it.
That's so cool. I mean, it's like a tradition.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about your history with bronc riding. How long have you been doing that?
I went to college in Pratt, Kansas, right out of high school on a saddle bronc riding scholarship. I also steer wrestled and team roped, and then I ended up going to Alva, Oklahoma on a rodeo scholarship and rode bareback horses and bulldog. And I was actually reserve world champion at the college national finals in the steer wrestling in, gosh, 2000 or 2001. And then went to the Prairie Circuit finals a couple times in the bareback riding, and I retired, got married, and went to work. And it was 7 years since my last bareback horse when we put together a team in 2010. We were Beatty Canyon Ranch and Decker Ranch, and it's kind of a family deal. My father-in-law, my brother-in-law, and another ranch, and we went to a few rodeos, and we ended up qualifying for Amarillo. And we did pretty good at Amarillo and everything. I won the bronc riding at Amarillo that year. Won both gold rounds and average. And had a little medical issues with my oldest son the last couple years, so we hadn't really went anywhere. And this is kind of my first outing since that. So kind of raising them boys, and we're going strong. It's good.
So you may have another couple of bronc riders coming up, huh?
You know, if they want to, is great, and if they want to rope, I'm supporting them, whatever they want to do. They want to play baseball and golf, but it looks like they want to be cowboys. So that's great. I told them they got to learn to rope and ride to work the ranch, and after that they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, but once guys get into that, they don't seem to go too far.
They act pretty hooked, yeah. Yes, ma'am, they do.
That's cool. Tell me your reaction about winning this tonight.
Well, you know, I was okay on my first one. I was 80. I won 4th in the first round, and Don Reno from Oklahoma brought some outstanding horses, and my first one was great. Well, I come back, it's kind of rush deal with the storm, and I knew I had Don, and after my first ride, he was talking to me about a horse he had in the short round. He said, man, she is outstanding. Well, long and behold, that's what I draw. And it's raining and blowing and going, and I just screwed it down. She almost bucked me off there at the end, but that was a heck of a horse, and the chips just fell right for me, I guess. And I thought I didn't even know what my score was in the short round. It started raining, and I left, and so he said, well, you tied for first. And I kind of knew what the tiebreaker was, but I wasn't sure, and I guess I ended up winning, so I'm thankful for that. Everything.
And the tiebreaker was the rider's score.
The rider's score, yeah. So that was great. I'm just excited. I got a lot of support back home from we've been branding and stuff back home, and I told everybody I entered here, and I told them since I won Amarillo, I said I go down there and win that one, I might retire, because I'm 33, but that's no reason to retire, and I'm tickled. It's pretty awesome. Exactly.
How's that trouble, guys?
but since you've had so much experience with college and everything, I mean, do you get nervous at all?
I'll tell you what, I was nervous, man. I do, but, and I know the judge, one of the judges, and we were just talking, and I sat down there, he's like, man, you look nervous. I said, you know what? It was the longest 4-hour drive. I was nervous. And he's like, man, that's good. I said, yeah, because if I wasn't nervous, then I would be nervous why I wasn't nervous. Because them butterflies are good. They're a good thing. And if you don't crave it, you don't need to be doing it. So I've always been kind of, oh, you know, the butterflies and get a little nervous, but it's a good thing. That's what keeps you going. You know, that feeling. It's unexplainable, but when it feels good, there's nothing better.
After your second ride, I mean, you didn't know what your score was or anything. How did you feel about it? Did you feel like it was a good
Oh
ride?
man, I knew she bucked. I knew she bucked. Well, she bucked me off right at the whistle, and I got back there and got my stuff, and they said, well, you made it, you know, and I knew I rode her, but man, she was outstanding. I thought if I rode her just by the feeling, I thought I did okay, and I didn't know what. It was so busy right there, I didn't know what the other scores were, what actually happened, but it turned out great.
When did you find out? When did they tell you that you actually
Well, I brought my stuff, it's still raining, found my wife, found the keys, put my stuff away and come in. They said, hey, I think you tied for first. But there was different, you know, people were saying, well, they're going to go off the first round score. And, you know, nobody really knew. I didn't know till they announced my name. I knew I won first or second.
Okay.
But I didn't know how I ended up until he announced. Well, once he announced second, that was the kid I tied with. I knew I won. And funny story, on the way down, I was asking my oldest son, I said, how do you think I'm going to do? And he said, Dad, you're going to win another trophy. So that was pretty cool.
Those are your biggest supporters.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta thank my wife, you know, she's a heck of a woman. It's great.
What's her name?
Erin, she's the one that behind the scenes raises them boys while we're off doing everything else. She rides as much as she can and helps out. She's been successful in rodeo, roping and stuff, so she's a pretty good hand.
That's neat when it can be a family.
Yeah, it is. Yes,
So tell me a little bit more about your ranch. What's the name of it?
Beatty Canyon Ranch, and it's a long family ranch. There's lots of ranches in the family. There was like 8 ranches at one time, but they're all still family owned and operated, but we're kind of separated. It's beautiful country. Have you ever been to Garden of the Gods in Colorado Springs? Where we live is called Red Rocks. It's all red rock and bluffs, and it's really pretty. We do a lot of artists. We have a lot of artists come out and paint, do what you call them, symposiums or a retreat or whatever you want to call them. But I enjoy visiting with people from the city, and they do, you know, they're just in awe. They're like, you get to live out here. Well, yeah. But we're an hour, like my son starts kindergarten in August, and it's going to be an hour drive to go to school every day. So, and it's all gravel, and some of it isn't gravel. If it rains, we're stuck. Hopefully we do get some rain.
Right. Have you ever ridden in the rain like that today?
Oh yeah, I've been to some rodeos, and I told myself, you know, separate the men from the boys, and everybody did awesome. I mean, everybody rode good, and that's how a cowboy is. If it's raining, snowing, whatever, you just bear down and keep on trucking, you know. And yeah, I have a few times. I've bulldogged in coveralls and chaps, and you just deal with it. Just keep your mind right. Try to keep your mind right. Keep on going.
Did it make the saddle slippery?
You know, I was wondering about that, but when them horses are bucking, man, you can't tell if it's slick or not. You know, you got your leggings on and it feels good. So.